Good morning, students. Myself, I am Dr. Sanjay P. Avle, HOD, Department of Chemistry, SDSM Junior College, Palghar. Students, very glad to meet you. That in previous lecture, I said some introduction about the hydrocarbons, and we have started the topics also. Today, this is my second lecture actually, but right from beginning, we'll revise once again. Up to 10th standard, what do you learn? That knowledge almost you have to polish and you have to useful in the topics of 11th standard. You know hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbon means basically these are content of the hydrogen and carbon, but this is the limit of this definition. But beyond this limited definition, we can see the several aspects regarding the hydrocarbons. In this chapter, this is your chapter number 15, and that is given on your page number 233 in your text. That text we displayed on your screen also. Previously, I have sent one PDF also about your text of the chemistry of 11th standard science chemistry. Hydrocarbons. In the chapter, we're going to learn few points like introduction to hydrocarbon, introduction to alkanes, isomerism in alkanes, conformation in alkanes or configuration in alkanes, industrial preparation of alkanes, physical properties of alkanes. So these topics we're going to discuss. One by one we'll discuss first of all definition of the hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbons are the compounds. They contain carbon and hydrogen atoms as the main elements or only elements you may say. These are called hydrocarbons. I said hydrocarbon in this world, its definition is there. So easy to remember for you. Hydrocarbons can be open chain or you may say closed chain. Closed chain also called as by the word cyclic, means cycle. Cycle of the carbon atoms. Remember this point. In accordance with presence or absence of the carbon multiple bonds, means C double bond C and or C triple bond C. Remember, in multiple bond, two words are there. C double bond C means carbon double bond alkene or carbon triple bond means alkynes. Remember ending ene alkene, ending yne alkynes. In case of alkane ending ane. About that one table also I give to you on your screen, and that table almost useful forever because that table contain carbon regarding alkane, regarding alkene, regarding alkyne. That table concluding all these three topics which are very important. Remember, if carbon single bonded you may say saturated means alkanes, and if carbon double or triple bonded means what unsaturated. So in unsaturated terms comes for double bonded alkene and triple bonded alkyne. Later on, another point we'll discuss about the cyclic unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated means I said singly bonded, and cycle of the carbon chain. And the best example of this one cyclic unsaturated hydrocarbon means what? Cyclohexane or cyclopropane of the cycle of 3 carbon, cyclobutane cycle of the 4 carbon, cyclopentane cycle of the 5 carbon, cyclohexane acid cycle of the 6 carbon, and so on. So here carbon are joined or bonded with each other. Now hydrocarbon, how we can classify? Under the point of classification of hydrocarbon, we can discuss about the hydrocarbon classification in detail. Hydrocarbon, whenever they are in the form of open chain, that time these are called as open chain or aliphatic hydrocarbon. On the other hand, Closed chain means what? Cyclic hydrocarbon. Open chain compounds or open chain hydrocarbon that can be classified into singly bonded means saturated alkanes, and these saturated alkanes are subclassified into straight chain hydrocarbon and branch chain hydrocarbons. Later on, double or triple bonded means what? Unsaturated hydrocarbon, that is of alkenes and alkynes. In that, some hydrocarbons of the alkenes and alkynes are straight chain and some are branch chain. Later on, next one, we can discuss about the cyclic hydrocarbon. In cyclic hydrocarbon, how cycle we can say? Cycle of the suppose three carbon means this bond, carbon, carbon that can be joined with this carbon. So this is the cyclopropane. Here also, to satisfy tetravalency, we can attach two more hydrogen atoms over here. Here also two more hydrogen. Here also two more hydrogens. Remember this one. Now this cyclic hydrocarbon that can be classified into saturated cyclic means alicyclic hydrocarbon and unsaturated cyclic hydrocarbon. This unsaturated means double or triple bonded, normally double bonded. So from that we can get the aromatic hydrocarbon like what benzene, and some are non-aromatic hydrocarbon means more than six carbon atom that can be bonded by double and single bond chains. So these are two more types of the unsaturated hydrocarbons. Once again we'll revise this table. This table of the hydrocarbon can be classified mainly into two types: open chain hydrocarbon and cyclic hydrocarbon. Open chain hydrocarbons that can be subclassified into saturated and unsaturated. Saturated can be subclassified into straight chain and branch chain. Unsaturated can be classified into straight chain and branch chain. Later on come to cyclic. Cyclic that can be subclassified into saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon, and unsaturated hydrocarbon that can be classified into aromatic and non-aromatic hydrocarbon. So this is the main classification of hydrocarbon. Students, going to learn now topics of the alkanes. In previous lecture, I remind you that we learn alkanes right from first carbon. Do you know that? First carbon alkane means what? Methane, formula CH4. Later on ethane, propane, and everybody said very loudly in previous lecture about the names of the carbon atoms, formula, and their what are the chemical behavior also. Alkanes are aliphatic saturated hydrocarbons. They contain carbon-carbon bonds as well as carbon-hydrogen bonds, single covalent bonds. Whenever carbon-carbon bonds are there to satisfy tetravalency, every carbon has the need of the required hydrogen atom to satisfy tetravalency. Tetra means what? 4. In this chapter, as well as in previous chapter of the alkanes, we learn the general formula CnH2n plus 2, where N stands for the number of the carbon atoms in alkane molecule. Like this, here CnH2n plus 2 is the general formula for alkane. Like that, for alkene, we can say CnH2n, and for alkyne, we can say CnH2n minus 2. Later on, I said isomerism. About this, on one piece of paper, I discussed last time. Isomerism is what? It is the phenomenon in which compounds having same molecular formula but they exhibit different structural formula. That is simple definition of isomerism. On this basis, we discussed last time isomerism of butane C4H10 formula, isomerism of pentane C5H12 formula. From that, we will get different isomers. Later on, alkanes, those who have more than three carbon atoms generally exhibit structural isomerism, and in particular, chain isomerism also. Later on, this table shows what? Alkanes and isomer number. As per the number of the carbon atoms, the first alkane is methane. In that, number of the isomers are no structural isomer because it is the starting of the alkane, CH4. Only one carbon, that's why there is no possibility to get the structure. Similarly, same case about the ethane also. In that also we cannot get the structure. In propane also, due to limited carbon atom, methane, ethane, and propane, they cannot put or they cannot give the structural isomerism. But butane, right from butane, butane means C4H10. From that we'll get two different isomer that we want to see in next slide in the structural diagram. From butane, what kind of isomers are there that we'll see here. C4H10, you can see in red mark. C4H10 is the molecular formula. This C4H10 is the molecular formula of this alkane. From that we'll get, first of all, straight chain hydrocarbon or straight chain. You see, carbon, 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 carbon. So these are straight chain carbon atoms. And I said previously also tetravalency means what? Every carbon surrounded by four bonds. First bond between carbon, carbon, then second bond between carbon, hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen, carbon, hydrogen. So here four bonds around every carbon. Now see the middle carbon. In that carbon, this carbon can be joined with this previous carbon and next to carbon, and rest of the two valency that can satisfy by these two hydrogen atoms. Is it clear? Then next carbon that can be bonded by the two neighboring carbon, and rest of valency we can satisfy by this hydrogen as well as this hydrogen. Later on, at last, what is the carbon that can be bonded with the previous carbon, and rest of three valency we can satisfy by these one, two, and three hydrogen atoms. Means every carbon set must be satisfied tetravalency. Here butane. Butane has the formula C4H10 acid. Straight hydrocarbon means it is the straight hydrocarbon alkane of the butane. You can count number of the carbon atoms are 4 and hydrogen atoms are 10. Next possibility. Next possibility regarding the branch chain. Remember this first structure is the straight chain and next structure is the branch chain. In case of branch chain, you see carbon, carbon, carbon. So here middle carbon that can be joined with this fourth one from the top side or bottom side. Here first one is the CH3, next one is the CH, next one is the CS3. The middle CH that can be joined with the CS3. In this way, we can see this branch structure also called as on second carbon atom methyl group is there. So it is of 2-methyl propane means isobutane. So here N-butane means straight chain and isobutane means the branch chain. So these are the two isomer which are obtained from the butane. You see in this table now. This table contain this table butane. Now number of the carbon atoms are 4. Later on this butane, from that we'll get two different isomers like what? Butane means N-butane and isobutane. This N-butane and this one isobutane, N-butane and isobutane, these two different isomers are there from the butane. Similarly, we can see from the pentane. In case of pentane, there are three isomers. How? Here, first isomer, pentane has the formula C5H12. So C5H12 is the molecular formula of pentane that you can understand. The first isomer I want to discuss about the straight chain. In straight chain isomer, carbon, 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 carbon. These five carbons are arranged in one line. These are in the straight chain. That's why it is the straight chain hydrocarbon called as N-pentane. N stands for normal or straight chain. Next possibility. In next possibility, four carbons first of all you have to arrange in one straight line. Second carbon atom can be branched by fifth carbon. That's why it is the isopentane. Iso means what? Branch. Its IUPAC name is 2-methyl butane. Why 2-methyl butane? In chain you can count 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. But to the chain numbering we can give from the branch side. This branch side is what? Methane, which is nearest to the left side. That's why left side carbon is the first carbon, this second, this third, and this fourth. In this way, Four carbon atoms are arranged in one line. So it is of butane. Second carbon atom can be branched by CH3. That's why on second carbon methyl, CH3 means methyl. So 2-methyl butane. How to write IUPAC names? Between carbon number and spelling, there is what hyphen means what dash. Okay. And when a repetition of the two numbers are there, that time you have to put comma. Remember these rules of the IUPAC. Later on, third possibility of this isomer of the pentane is of, first of all, arrange three carbon atoms in one line. One, two, and three. Later on the middle carbon, you have to put methyl top side as well as methyl bottom side. In this way, we can satisfy tetravalency. In the chain, totally five carbon atoms are there, but this chain is not branch. And the structure you see, that structure is called as neopentane. In this neopentane, IUPAC name of this neopentane we can give by putting the number. Now see in the chain, the parent hydrocarbon chain will select this one. Later on, we can give numbering from the nearest side of the branch. So where branch is there, branch to the chain is what, this methyl as well as this methyl. And these branching are nearest from the both side, left side as well as right side. But you prepared only one side. I going to prepare left side. So this is the first carbon, this is the second carbon, and this is the third carbon, which is given in the numbering. On second in chain, totally three carbon. That's why the parent hydrocarbon name comes as the propane, means three carbon. And to this propane, on second carbon, methyl group and methyl group repeatedly attached top side and bottom side. That's why on second carbon, two methyl groups are there. For repetition of the groups, suppose two groups are repeated, then you can use the prefix di. Suppose three groups are there, you can use the prefix tri and so on. Now here on second carbon, two methyl groups are repeated. That's why we can use the prefix di. Which groups are there? Methyl. How much? Two. That's why di. So dimethyl. These are attached to which carbon number? Second carbon number. That's why repetition of the second carbon number means 2 comma 2. Remember, these two methyl groups are repeated on second carbon two times. That's why 2 comma 2 dash dimethyl propane is the IUPAC name of this compound. And the common name is neopentane. Remember. So C5H12, this alkane shows how many types of isomer? It shows three types of isomers. So these three isomers are, first of all, N-pentane, second isomer is isopentane, and third isomer is neopentane. N-pentane is the common name as well as IUPAC name. You can see valid. Isopentane is the common name, but IUPAC name is 2-methylbutane. How it comes, that I said. Neopentane is the common name and IUPAC name is 2 comma 2 dash dimethyl propane. Remember the systematic nomenclature of the carbon chain as well as carbon carbon atoms, as well as where residue means attacking groups are there. As per that, you can decide the common name as well as IUPAC names of these hydrocarbons in the concept of the isomerism. Once again, remember, isomerism is the process or it is the phenomenon in which compounds having same molecular formula but they shows different structural formulae. From butane, we get two isomers like what, N-butane, isobutane. From pentane, we can get three isomers like what, N-pentane, isopentane, and neopentane. So like this, you can get from the hexane also. From hexane, we can get such type of five isomers. You may say that is homework for you that you have to prepare, and you can WhatsApp to me on my personal WhatsApp number. Later on, conformation of the alkanes. Conformation of alkanes. In alkanes, they have only the single bond or single bonded atoms. I said alkanes are saturated means what, these are single bonded. A single covalent bond. What do you mean by covalent bond? The bond which can be formed by sharing of the two electrons. And the two electrons can be shared by which kind of overlap? Coaxial means linear axis. Linear axis. or along the same axis. That is what coaxial overlap of the orbitals. So what is the orbital, and that we'll be going to see in detail in the hybridization theory. And that's why by that overlap, coaxial overlap, we can get sigma bond. Remember, sigma bonds are a stronger bond. Due to more extent of overlapping, we can get such type of sigma bonds are there. Normally, you going to learn two types of bonds, sigma bond and pi bond. Sigma bonds are stronger bond which are formed due to more overlapping, and pi bonds are weaker bond due to less overlapping. So what is the overlapping that we can I want to show in short. Suppose this one s orbital going to combine with another same s orbital like this. When these both orbital going to come closer together, that time from that here, what is the overlapping orbital we'll see in the product. That is like this. This first orbital going to come in close contact of the second orbital like this. So what is the shaded portion I want to show? This shaded portion means what overlapping portion which creates the overlapping of the orbital. And by such type of overlapping, what is the bond will get? That bond is of sigma bond. The sigma bond that can be formed by coaxial overlap of the two half-filled atomic orbitals. What do you mean by half-filled? The orbital which containing single electron. This orbital also containing single electron but in the anti-clockwise position. This clockwise means upper arrow, anti-clockwise means what? Lower arrow. So whenever these two orbitals are going to combine together, going to mix together, by that we can get the new hybrid orbital is called as what? Hybridization. And this hybrid orbital, by that what is the bond will get? This bond is of sigma bond. So in theory, what are the next coming? In that also we'll discuss other bonds also. Remember, sigma bonds are stronger bond because extent of overlapping is more. Second point I want to discuss, as a direct consequence of the coaxial overlap of the orbitals, sigma bond is cylindrically symmetrical, and the extent of orbital overlap is unaffected by rotation about the single bond, and therefore carbon carbon bonds undergoes rotation. So what kind of rotation? So every atom molecule bond they try to rotate, and whenever they rotate on the basis of particular repulsion or attraction, on that basis the coaxial overlap of the orbital they causes what? Sigma bond which are cylindrically symmetrical, and the extent of orbital overlap is unaffected by rotation about the single bond, and therefore carbon carbon single bonds undergoes rotation. Later on, the atoms which are bonded to one carbon of the carbon carbon single bond, that can be changes their relative position with reference to the atoms on the other carbon of the bond on rotation of that carbon carbon single bond. Whenever single bond terms we'll see in that, what is the single bond or carbon carbon single bond, that can be changes their relative position, and this position will say with respect to the rotation of the carbon carbon single bonds only. Second point we can discuss, the resulting arrangement of the carbon atoms in the space about the carbon carbon single bond are called conformations. One basic example I want to give students, when you are walking on the road, in your house, classrooms, etc. So in which way you are walking? You tell me whether vertical or horizontal. Of course, vertical. So vertical position is what favorable to the space about your walking. Like that, all animals are going to walk in same way? No. You may observe movement of the snakes. Suppose snakes are walking in the vertical direction in the palgar. What you feel? Definitely it looks what odd picture. And snakes almost walking, or they can be they show their movement in the horizontal direction because that is favorable to the space. Like that, the molecule, atom, ion, compound, chemical compound, what these are there. So they show the particular position which is favorable to the space, and that is called as conformation. So here innumerable conformations results on the complete rotation of carbon-carbon single bond through the 360-degree angle. In the chapter 14, in previous chapter, there is the concept of isomerism, and the phenomenon of existence of conformation is a type of stereoisomerism. Now, what is the stereoisomerism? That is separate term we'll discuss. Stereo means what? Geometry. About the geometry, what kind of rotations we'll see. That geometry decides what stereoisomerism. In conformational isomerism, the conformations or conformational isomers which are interconverted by the rotation about the carbon-carbon single bond that causes conformational isomers. And out of the infinite conformations of ethane molecule, two are extreme are called as staggered and two are eclipse conformation. They are represented by Sawhorse formula and Newman projection formula as shown in figure. Notice the Sawhorse and Newman, these are the names of the scientists. They invented such a formula, that's why these are the Sawhorse and Newman projection formula that I'm going to show in diagram. Then conformational isomerism is in another or other alkanes is more complex, means complicated. Now here, first structure indicates what? Sawhorse formula, and second one is Newman projection formula. Sawhorse, you know seesaw in the garden when you are in childhood, so that you can remind now. So this looks like what? Sawhorse. In that sawhorse, this joint means what? At this position carbon atom is there. At this position also carbon atom is there. Around carbon I said to satisfy tetravalency. Here is the first carbon, second like this, third like this. Now to this carbon, first hydrogen is like this, second like this, third like this, and rest of four valency toward the carbon atom in this way. So here these hydrogen atoms, these are directed towards each other in this way. That's what is what staggered. Later on eclipse means what? This hydrogen atom, this one, it can be it can be rotate. This position can be rotate. Due to rotation, we'll get such type of position to the second carbon, and that's why it is called as what? Eclipse. Eclipse. Later on, these staggered eclipse are the types of Sawhorse formula. Remember this one. Next type, I want to discuss about the Newman projection formula. In Newman projection formula, you can remind the two circles. First circle, front side we can see, but back side circle we cannot see. Front circle has the three hydrogen atoms, one, two, and three. And backside circle or backside carbon has the three more hydrogen atom. You may see this is the front side carbon, hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. And this backside picture we can show. Carbon we cannot see, but hydrogen we can show like this. For backside carbon, this hydrogen, this hydrogen, this hydrogen. Whenever these two circles are just flip, we can get such type of picture in which all six hydrogen atoms we can see at a time. That is what staggered, which are invented by Newman projection formula. Then when this previous one or next one is rotate, this carbon atom is rotate backside suppose, that time we can get nearer this two hydrogen, nearer to this two hydrogen, nearer to this two hydrogen from the two carbon atom which are joined from front side and back side like this. So here this picture shows what? Eclipse means they come closer, nearer together. So Newman projection formula gives again staggered and eclipse. So staggered and eclipse, these are the basic conformation rules regarding and which are invented by the Sawhorse formula and Newman projection formula. Students, I hope that you're going to study these topics well. Later on, in next lecture, I want to discuss about the industrial preparation of alkanes. But meanwhile, you're going to revise these terms. Which terms we learned today? We learned today the introductory part of hydrocarbon. In that alkanes we discuss much more in detail. In that classification of the hydrocarbons, we discuss as well as alkane definition with suitable examples, then isomerism of alkanes with one table and corresponding structures. But remember, the homework is regarding the hexane for all of you. Then conformation means rotation of the carbon atom with individual hydrogens of the carbon. Later on, in that, we discuss the Sauer's formula and Newman position formula with suitable examples. Students, I hope that everybody going to study these topics in detail at home very sincerely. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you. God bless you.